out here in these trenches. If you're new to the channel, my name is Scape, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys 3 useful tips when day trading. You see, many of you guys are looking for a way to make an extra income. Many of you guys are looking a way to escape the matrix. As I say, escape the trenches. You see, the trenches are real, and I want to illuminate you guys because I've been in your shoes. I've been in that position of wanting to escape, wanting to learn something, like seeing all the different options there is online to make money. You see, trading has brought me freedom. I'm a day trader, and I day trade specifically Bitcoin. And many of you guys are seeing, different ways to become successful. So if you actually want to progress, stick to the end of the video. I'm going to give you guys insight back to back. Like I said, 3 useful tips to become a better day trader. So just to get everything clear, on YouTube, I see consistently different things that people are promoting to make extra income. For example, we have a Turo business to rent the cars. You see, Turo is cool. You can rent a vehicles, but the thing is that life-changing money? Is that wife-changing money? Okay, you have other business models as well. You have TJR promoting, trading with $100. And do you think you're gonna be able to escape the trenches with $100? I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, and that is not possible. You have to learn how to trade, and you have to be trading with like a G. You can't be trading with no $100. If you only have $100 to trade with, don't even get in these trenches. Go get a job. So I see other people, like there's different ways people are trying to make money online. There's the Uber Eats, DoorDash, Uber, all that stuff. You see, you're never going to escape the trenches doing these business models. The only way for you to actually progress is by actually learning a high income skill, such as trading. And you see, your favorite KOL might tell you to trade with 5x, to trade with 10x. I teach my people to trade with 50x, 100x, flash close these trades. Because when we're here in these markets, placing trades, it's all about the entry, and it's all about going with the direction. And you see, when you enter with a higher leverage, you're able to exit much quicker than if you were at a lower leverage. And for new people that don't know about trading Bitcoin, you could short and long Bitcoin. We use a platform called Margex, and this is where I specifically trade exclusively, because it's a platform that I use where you could trade from anywhere in the world. They don't ask for your identification. They don't care. There's a platform where you become limitless with the right strategy. So we enter, for new people in market, we enter with isolated trades. If you want to place, there's isolated and there's cross. Cross is when you're using your entire wallet, as collateral to place a trade. But isolated, you're able to just place a trade with a specific amount. What is that specific amount? I mean, TGR is telling you to trade with $100. I'm over here telling you guys the truth. You're never gonna escape with $100. You should be placing trades with an amount that's comfortable to you, but it's an amount that actually could make your day, or make your week, or make your month. So if you have a wallet of $10,000, you're placing trades with $2,000-$3,000 per trade. You place a couple winning trades. Now you're making income. Now you're actually becoming profitable. I can show you inside my trenches. I have a whole Discord dedicated to teaching people how to trade. Inside my G trenches, we have a testimonial room where I teach you guys exactly the same strategy what I trade with, like how I trade. How do I enter? How do I determine direction? I'll take you a brief inside look. If you're able to make, these gains, $400 on a single trade. And there's people out there, that need to, drive, 50 hours behind the wheel to make $429 clean. People out here, I'll say, if you learn this, these people making these in minutes, making $400 in minutes, 94% in minutes, 41% in minutes. You keep going up, my guys. There's people out here like 556. These are all minute testimonials. And you see, when you learn a high income skill such as trading, you're able to make money fast and efficiently. So if you actually want to learn, okay, I'm gonna give you guys 3 useful tips. First piece of advice I wish anybody that, if you're listening, to really just jot down, write it down, really, ingrain it in your membrane, that this is going to be a journey. This is not a get rich quick. So trading has to be controlling your mind. The whole thing with the market tries to manipulate you. It's like playing basketball. When you're dribbling the basketball, they're trying to get into the net. They're trying to, get, the market is your opponent. And they're trying to make you believe a certain narrative, a certain thing, just to get you in trade, and then it shifts on you, and direction could shift, and you could be negative. So if you don't have the stomach to be negative 60%, you won't have the stomach to be positive 60%, where we're seeing these massive trades. There's a trade I placed earlier today on Bitcoin, profiting over $3,000 on a single trade. Do you think I got to this point, by being, a coward? No. I got to this point because I never gave up. That's the real key. So mastering your mind, mastering your mindset. When you enter these trades, we look to see what is direction. So number 1 tip, you have to master your mind. This is a journey. This is not a get rich quick. Number 2, you need a working strategy. Hope you're writing this down. You need a working strategy, and you have to stick to that strategy. So there's times that there's no clear direction. So when there's times where there's no clear direction, you're gonna have to wait for your entry. You're gonna have to be patient. So number 2 is have a working strategy, which is I teach you inside the Discord. Okay, and number 3, my guys, is that you have to have the will to win. You cannot be giving up so easily. Do you believe the best, athletes out there? You think after the first time they went to the gym, they stopped showing up? If they stopped showing up, you wouldn't have known of the greats like Mike Tyson, like the great basketball players, like any famous individual. If they gave up showing up, you wouldn't have known about them. So if you want to become a great trader, you don't necessarily have to become famous. You just have to have the will to win. And you have to have, the ability to actually learn a skill. So we use this screenshot tool. I'll link it down below. It's a Chrome extension. And what this Chrome extension tool does, it actually takes a screenshot of the price, so you could then see where price action is going to help you determine direction. This is just one of the many things I teach you guys when determining direction. And the easiest way to trade, is by not trading at all. You see, the easiest way to trade is by seeing the move before it happens and reading human emotion. You have to play ahead of the market. You cannot be playing, in front of the market. It cannot be playing you. You have to be playing it. So when you see massive moves to the upside, you best believe there's going to be, downside as well. Like we're seeing now, Bitcoin pumped over $100,000, and we pumped over $105,000. We're seeing some dumpage now. And you have to see these dumpage coming before everybody else, so you can profit massively. Or vice versa, you have to see the pumps coming before everybody else, so you can profit massively. You see, the market is just a balance. It's a flow, of buys and sells, and you have to be on the right side of the direction and the right entry, and you have to practice patience and exit properly. So if you look at the number right here with Bitcoin, we see the current dump happening, 776. We're at 849. Okay, direction is clearly short. Anybody longing is stuck in a trade. Anybody longing right now, is pooping their pants. By not determining direction properly. Anybody that's shorting right now is profiting massively. You ride these waves. We use a 3-minute to see when to enter, when to exit, and clear directions is short right now. So to keep it brief, my guys, link down below to the extension tool I use. I use BitMEX to do my analysis. If you want to actually get an education, I offer a consultation between me and you. We'll get on a Zoom call. I'll share my screen. I'll tell you exactly how to trade Bitcoin, exactly what you need to know so you can become a better, more proficient trader. On top of that, I'm offering ongoing support in the Discord where you could chat with other people. You could get my daily trade updates. You can see all the content I upload here, which is going to be related to the strategy I use to trade Bitcoin. And you're not alone in these trenches. Okay, that's why I created the G Trenches Discord. So if you actually want to improve yourself, you have to understand that time is going to be passing by, and you have 3 currencies on this planet. You have your money, you have your time, and you have your attention. And if you actually want to expand your time and attention to what really matters, you have to make more income, you have to make more money. So I'm teaching you guys a high income skill such as trading, so then you could have more time and give attention where it's really needed. So that's the whole model with this. I'm trying to help as many people out there that are trying to help themselves. So if that's you, I have the link tree down below. You can send me an email if you'd like to join the G Trenches, and catch you in the next one.